Hey guys, I wanted to come on and recreate a look that I got a lot of compliments on. It was a very ethereal look and I felt really pretty. So I thought I would come on, recreate it for you guys, and maybe you guys can wear it on yourselves. I used one palette and one palette only, and the palette that I was using was the Pat McGrath Labs, the Bridgerton. The colors in here are super pretty. This came out a couple years ago, and I literally used the pink colors and the shimmers, and that was it. You don't need this palette to recreate the look, an ethereal look. All you literally need is like a cranberry shade, a light pink, and some really pretty pink shimmers, and then you can just recreate it. So you would use whatever you have in your collection. I do apologize. My one eye today, I don't know why, but it is super runny and it's taking off all my makeup, so that's why that eye looks a little bit crazy. We're just gonna ignore it. This is real life. Okay, so the first shade I'm gonna take, and my eyes are already set. I've used my pharmacy eye primer, the one that I love and I tell you guys about all the time, and then I literally just set my eye with the One Size Turn Up the Base Stage White powder. You can see my eyes look nice and bright and white. That's what I use for that. But you could just use a powder to set your eyes, or you could literally use like a white or cream eyeshadow to set your eyes as well. Under eyes are already done. So I am going to take this first shade right here, and I'm very lightly going to go in the crease. I'm barely touching my eye here, guys. I'm just doing this very lightly. My hand is at the bottom of the brush. If you want something to go on nice and diffused and nice and light, you want your hand to be at the bottom of the brush because this makes you not use as much pressure. If you put your hand closer, you're going to use more pressure and it's going to be more pigmented. And in this instance, I didn't want it to be like that. I wanted it to be nice and blown out and not too dark because this is already a very pigmented shade. So I am putting my hand at the bottom of the brush so that I get a nice blown out look with this. This color's so pretty. It's like it's a like deep cranberry with like pinky red undertones, but it looks really nice with like green eyes, blue eyes, and it's just super pretty. So that's all I did for that part there. And then what I did was I went in next with this really dark purpley, it's like a purpley brown shade. And I went in, look at my eye, guys. Oh my God. Sorry. Oh, look, my eye is so watery. It's literally taking off anything. We're just gonna ignore that. This is just real life, and this is what happens sometimes with my eye. And it's only the one eye. I literally can't explain it. So at this part, I'm going really light, and I'm literally just dipping into both of those colors now in light circular motions, and I'm just trying to diffuse both the colors together. Just like that. I'm gonna fix this after because it looks wild. So just ignore that. I hope everyone is having a great weekend. Yesterday, we got some really good news, and so we're not having our wedding like anyone typically would, where you have the ceremony and the wedding in the same place. We're actually just getting married at a venue, and then we're just gonna have a big party at a different location. So we had one venue in mind that we wanted, and they didn't require a deposit, which is like amazing. Mostly because we're getting married in 2027, so it's a little too early for a deposit. So we went to see, and we're first on the list, and it was the perfect size. It was super cute on the inside. And then she said, no problem, you guys are first on the list. We can do your deposit in November because that's when they're opening up for 2027. So I am very happy to say, guys, that we have our venue where we are getting married and doing our vows. So that is a big, huge stress taken off the list, and we are both really happy. And the rest is kind of just, there are a lot of details, stuff I don't even know about. but that was a big thing on my mind that was really stressing me out. So as you can see, this is what the eyes look like right now. Let's ignore this eye because it looks with that watery eye. So let's pay attention to this eye. So it's really blown out, and when I do my bronzer and everything, it'll look really good. So just like that. It's deep, but it's not too deep. So then what I did was I took this shade here, this beautiful light pink shimmer. See how pretty that is? I'll show you guys on my hand. It's super gorgeous. So I just literally took that and I put it all along my eye like this. And then I bring it up and gently fade it out, like right here with my finger. I use my finger for all shimmers, no matter what. I never use a brush. It's just not my thing. I find all shimmers, glitters, everything, they go on way more pigmented and stick way better with just your finger. And I always have like a Kleenex or a towel beside me so that I can like wipe my hand off because I don't like having makeup or anything on my fingers. So I just do that. And as you can see, it just adds a lot of brightness to the eye. Really pretty. That eye at least looks a little tiny bit better. It was so, it's so watery today. I don't understand this eye. Anyway, so that looks really pretty. It's already looking very ethereal. And now I'm going to take this gorgeous, we all know Pat McGrath makes like the best of the best, but I mean, her shimmers and stuff are just, look at that. It is so ethereal and so beautiful. I really love this palette. And I'm just going to put that right on top. And I'm just going to bring it out like so. Boom, boom, boom. It's so pretty. I wish you guys could see just how pretty this is. Let me try and fix the light. I'll go a little closer. It's so beautiful and so ethereal. The lighting does not do it justice, guys. I'm telling you, the lighting does not do it justice. Okay. There we go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my under eyes. So I'm just going to take this, the first pink that we chose right here. And I'm very lightly just going to put that under my under eye. You know what? I'm going to choose a smaller brush because I don't want that color to go down. I don't want it to like pull down. I just want it to be literally right under my eye like this. And I'm pulling it into that color there because you always want them to connect. You want your under eye and whatever shade here to connect. It also helps bring out the eye as well. Just like this. And now I'm going to take a little bit of that deeper color here, just a little bit, and I'm just going to put it right here in the, I'd say the lower third of the bottom lash line like that. You don't want it to go all the way in because that will actually close up your eye. Ooh. Do the same to this eye, just in the lower third of that. And you pull it in, and you can also gently go like this because that will also add some extra oomph and some extra lift to the eye. So that's the eyeshadow. When you do the blush and everything, it just, oh my gosh, it was so weird. It was like a bronzy pink ethereal look, and I just got a lot of compliments on it yesterday. People were loving the shimmer, so give that a go. So yesterday I did not wear any eyeliner. I just didn't feel like it. Today I'm gonna wear just a little bit. This is the brown. This is the one I always use, the NYX Epic Ink, and it's the very light brown shade in Milk Chocolate. just to add a little bit of definition to the eyes. It barely shows up, but it does what it needs to do, you know? Just adds a little bit. See, it just kind of did what it needed to do, which is lovely. We love that. Okay, a little bit of mascara. Today I'm just going to use the Benefit Fan Fest. This is just a sample size. Very good mascara though. I really like this mascara. If you guys have any tips for watery eyes, if any of you have really watery eyes, the same situation that I have, and it's literally just this eye. I do not have any allergies, just for reference, but if any of you girls have any watery under eye tricks to either get your eyes to stop watering so that it takes off your makeup, or just anything that helps, if you guys could give me some tips and tricks, because like I said, the only thing that stops this really from watering is Botox. And I have fresh Botox, so I don't know why it's watering, but if you have any tips to get your eye to stop watering, please, please, please leave it in the comments. I would love to try your tips and tricks, because it truly does drive me insane. And honestly, it's been like this ever since I can remember, like ever since I was like early 20s. So I really don't know why this eye does it, and it's literally just this eye. The other one doesn't do it at all. So let me know, guys. So a little bit of mascara. A little tip for mascara on the lower lashes. If you put your lower lash mascara all along your eye, it kind of closes your eyes and it gives like a spidery look. But if you still want to wear your mascara on your lower lashes, which I do personally, just put it literally the lower third. Just fan it out like this, and you still have your lower lash mascara on. Your eyes still look big, but it doesn't look spidery and it doesn't look crazy. Or just use a brown mascara and put it along the whole lower. That will also help too. So that's a little tip for you guys. So the next thing I did in my look is I literally just did what I always do. I did my under eye highlighter and I put a little bit in the tear duct, and then I was wearing a brown eyeliner. This one is so good. This is Laura Geller. This is her dark brown kohl longwear eyeliner. So I was just wearing that in the waterline yesterday. And again, I'm just doing it about halfway along the eye like this. If you do the entire eye, it's going to close up the eye. So just a little tip for that as well. Look at my eye. It's watering like crazy. Just do it like halfway. So there is my eye yesterday that got a lot of compliments. It's very ethereal, very romantic, but it has a bang to it. So I hope you guys really like this. Shoot me any comments, any questions that you have on this look or this palette. This palette did come out a couple of years ago, but it is super gorgeous. And like I said, just use anything you have in your collection. Just use some light pinks, cranberry colors, and honestly, I think the vibe was all about the sparkle, all about the glimmer. That's what people were like loving it. So let me know how you think about this look. I really appreciate you guys spending some time with me on this rainy Saturday. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.